Good day, Rusk enjoyers. Hampton Mike's, it's time for the Rust Rotation. As you can see right here, we've got the August 2026 Rust Store, and we've got a pretty decent looking variety. We got ourselves some Tier 3 armor, some Apotheosis of War Tier 3 armor, an interesting stylistic choice of that, but also, it's the return of Frog cosplay. We got a bucket helmet, and it looks oh so nice and goofy. We also happen to have another Redemption backpack, a small backpack this time. Alright, not upset with that. With the Deployables, we got the Metal Shotfront from Hell. We finally have a sequel for Endgame. Yep, the Garage Door came out like 2 weeks ago. Now we have a Sheep in the Door. That's also looking very nice. We've actually got ourselves some tools. Haven't seen like a pair of tools for quite a while, have we? We potentially have a brand new weapon collection on the horizon. Crystal Core. We've got a very nice looking Python. And speaking of nice looking collections, of course, another pop star skin has appeared. But if I could just quickly clarify, I know some people have seen, apparently it's supposed to be transparent. It's not the type of transparent aim sight you're thinking of. You might want to skip ahead to that part where we showcase it, just so you can see what I'm talking about. So, yep, an interesting Rust Store indeed. Feel free to comment below which one happened to be most favourite. And of course, let's switch over and point out of all these skins, which ones are and are not abnormal. I can confirm to you, Frog Cosplay Bucket Helmet is not abnormal, and both the tools are not abnormal. So that means we actually have quite a lot to chase after next week. We have 7 interesting skins to chase after. And I guess I'll point this out. Yeah, with all the recent Rust Stores, they've kind of been quite small. Just 10 skins. I guess it's not really that much of a problem, but, well, if you know what's the brand new Skinnable for next month, I think we're about to see some very big Rust Stores. Oh, we'll talk more about that a little bit later. Now, of course, let's go to micro522.com. Let's go to the accepted section. Again, I'll point this out. The very second the Rust Store is accepted, this website takes like a snapshot of all the skins, showcasing their upvotes and downvotes at the specific time. And as you might notice, all the skins here had a very nice upvotes downvote ratio, but the amount of votes on Metal Shotfront's a bit weird, isn't it? Huh. I mean, it's high, but how many people took part? Shrug. So, alright, cool. Perfectly fine looking batch of skins. And as you can see here, there's the Rust Store on rusthelp.com. If I could just refresh, I'd like to point out that the Rust Store rotated about 6 hours ago. And, well, it's plodding along. It's not exactly selling crazily like we did, like with the Rust Store 2 weeks ago and the Rust Store from the week before. So, cool. Well, let's hop in game, give them all a good look. And again, I'll ask you, which of these skins happen to be your most favourite? Out in the desert, where it's nice and peaceful. Let's now get started and showcase to you some very nice looking Deployables. First up, we have the Endgame Sheep in the Door. A very nice and shiny looking design. Get a good look at that. And get a good look at those gemstones on the crown. Yes, looking oh so nice and wonderful. Now, here's an interesting little tidbit. This could have been a different design. The reason why I brought up the gemstones there is because the skin creator actually made 3 different designs for the Sheep in the Door. A red one, which you can see right here, a green one, and a blue one. And depending on whatever Face Punch decided to accept out of the Sheep in the Doors, it could have turned into a pretty interesting collection. Like, if the blue or green one got accepted, maybe we would rotate it between, like, a red design, a green design, a blue design. I think that'd still been nice. But considering they've gone ahead and accepted the red version, looks like all the future doors will now be like that. So, alright, not going to complain. Still looks awesome. Still looks amazing. Props to the skin creator. They've done a very nice job at this. And I can point out to you, there's also a sheet metal double door in the workshop right now. So keep an eye out. I think we've got a brand new interesting Deployable collection to look forward to. I don't think this is going to sell as much as the Garage Door, considering, you know, that was the Force White Rust Tool 2 weeks ago. So Garage Door reached over 30,000 subscribers. This right here, I think it'll be a lot more sensible. So then, give that a good look. And now let's move on to showcasing the other Deployable. Because over to here, well, is that alright with the trading standards, you know, with what they have on display? What are you selling? Souls? Maybe you could sell yours? You know, times are tough. You got people selling gold and whatnot. Well, you could turn up here, you could sell your soul, you know. How much scrap is your soul worth? Let's go ahead and find out. So get a good look at that design from here. No shelves to the side, which Mr. Micro pointed out to me. Thank you very much. So, yeah, a bit of transparency here, which is a bit odd, but alright, cool. It doesn't change anything. It's just its appearance. So, considering we have Halloween just around the corner, I guess it's perfectly fine timing. But are you a fan of what you see? $3 a piece. And yet, you know what? In the past, we have seen some very cool looking From Hell Deployables, and quite a lot of them were priced at $4, right? So don't be surprised at the idea of a fairly pricey From Hell Deployable. It's normal. A well-established collection that's been around for almost a decade. A very cool looking collection continuation has appeared. Are you a fan? Feel free to comment below. So, let's see what other interesting deployables get posted in the future. We are getting closer and closer to Halloween. I certainly hope we see more of that clothing and armour, right? So, alright, cool. A perfectly fine addition. And so that's all the deployables, only 2 this week. Let's now go ahead and showcase to you some clothing and armour. Right. If I could just move the sun around. At first, we can get a good look at the ever so nice looking Redemption small backpack. Get a good look at that cranberry red sheen. Nice and glistening. Get a good look at those zippers. The leather. Oh yes. That's a very nice looking small backpack. But of course we also happen to have a bucket helmet. It's got warts. It's got a lily pad on its head. Ta-da! Right, if I could just move the sun around just so we can get a good look at his face. Finally, we have frogs in rust. Well, I mean, we might need to dress up a little bit better than this, but yeah, no, it's perfectly fine. 99 cents for a bucket helmet. I would imagine it would have sold quite a lot if it was like the first bucket helmet for the month. But considering we've had like Popstar, and considering we've had the likes of other interesting bucket helmets so far, we'll see. But it's probably not going to sell as much as that frog boonie hat from like a month ago. Different collections, but it's nice to see more of the frog cosplay collection and, of course, the Redemption collection. So, of course, let's now go ahead and showcase this at night time. Now, you might notice this does happen to reflect quite a bit. And don't worry, I know I'm facing away. Don't worry. I'll be showcasing this properly in a second with a few more skins. But yeah, it's a little bit wet, as you might notice. Which I guess makes sense. It's like raindrops, water drops. Ah, cool. And of course, you just happen to shine oh so nicely. Like the red Ferrari that you are. Now, do either of these happen to glow in the dark? No. No glow. No worries. Just 2 perfectly fine looking skins. So, as I said, I wanted to go ahead and showcase to you more of the frog cosplay collection with this bucket helmet. And now, do 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 Frogman, do 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 do, it's Frogman. Yeah, all bright and green and slimy. Say hello to a frog cosplay collection. Now, I should clarify, not all the pieces here have been accepted. The boots and the gloves, unfortunately, still waiting. Maybe in a future complete the sets Rustor, we shall see. But get a good look at that. No, it is not green camouflage, it's too bright. But it certainly is delightful. Yes. So I can confirm the hoodie and pants, the tier 2, that already exists. And now, of course, with the bucket helmet, do we have a fun combination? Are you a fan of what we're looking at right here? Is there anything else you might want to see? Maybe like a jacket? Maybe another attempt for the boots and the gloves? Maybe some other sorts of animals? Just saying. Farm update. Sheep, cows, more camouflage collection. Maybe dogs. What? Anyway, nighttime look. With the lights on nearby, you can see overall it's not exactly super shiny. But it's all like the water drops and whatnot. If you notice it, if you see it, yeah, I'm sure you understand. So It's got a little bit of shine. Creative shine. And then, of course, does any of this happen to glow in the dark? I can confirm no. So, bright neon green, I guess you could say. But obviously it doesn't glow. But it certainly isn't like... It's like it's in your face. So, yeah. Cool. Right then. Keep an eye out for potential more frog skins in the future. Redemption. Yeah, good look at that. So, I've kind of already shown this off. I'm sure you've seen my short videos. I was making a big fuss about the fact that we just had the large backpack being accepted somewhat recently. And, of course, the small backpack appears. So, what do you reckon? Does it blend in nicely? Could we ever see a Salvation version of all of this in the future? Ha ha ha. Hedge, we didn't see a Salvation skin today. Shut up. Alright, fine. Anyway, yep. Another welcome addition for the Redemption collection. That's a lot of skins now. But where's my hoodie and pants? Ha ha ha. Anyway, night time. Nice, red, and shiny. I truly am a Ferrari. And of course, just to clarify, does any of this happen to glow in the dark? No glow. No worries. No issues. So, right then. Will we ever see the hoodie and pants? Will we ever see tactical gloves? Stay tuned. Keep an eye on the workshop. I'm sure there still could be plenty more for the Redemption collection. And now it's time to showcase to you the brand new Apotheosis of War skins. We've got Tier 3 armor. So on the horizon, we're now anticipating hoodie and pants and Tier 2. And of course, like boots and gloves, maybe a jacket, maybe some tactical gloves. You get the idea, yeah. But the design choice. You might be looking at the face mask. You might then be looking at the chest plate. And you're probably thinking to yourself, that doesn't really look as if it matches that much. Well, the face mask was actually part of a version 1. But I get the feeling the skin creator probably thought to himself, well, how exactly am I going to relate to this with like all the previous deplorables? Because all the previous deplorables had like the skulls all stacked up and the hellscape and whatnot. So the chest plate's actually a version 2. So if I could just quickly switch up the chest plate with the original version, like so, yeah, that was the original design. But I guess even Face Punch probably thought to themselves, yeah, we probably want to have like the chest plate that resembles all the deplorables from before. So, it is what it is. So, let's switch back. Nothing but dude sat there and said, well, it kind of just looks as if they got the texture from the garage door and just put it on the chest plate. Yeah, but now when you look at it, you can tell it's an Apotheosis of War skin. So, what's your opinion? Like, eventually at some point we're going to see Tier 2, hoodie and pants, maybe in a jacket, some boots and gloves, some tactical gloves. They're all going to get made. Would you prefer we really kind of like reference the deplorables from before, or should we have more skins like that? What are you preferring? Skin creator might be watching, they can see your opinion, and then we'll see how this develops, right? I'm not opposed with the choice, but what does the general consensus want? Go for a comp below. I do like the barbed wire choice here, though. There's some very creative usage of transparency. The straps are just quite literally barbed wire, and that's cool. That's cool. I should point out there's a lighting issue, so if I could quickly point this out. When the light is like facing away, indirect light, you might notice this is like featureless. You can't see anything. If I change the position of the sun, now I can see everything. Now I can see like the features of the bones perfectly fine, the skulls. That might be a bug. I have pointed it out to the skin creator. Credit to Micro for pointing that out. So in the future, if there happens to be a change, at least you are aware, because it does appear to affect both sides. It does kind of look ominous and spooky there. But then if I move it around, now you can see all the details and the colours and whatnot. So yeah, just wanted to point that out. Okay, well, that's cool. Let's go ahead and give it a good look at night time. Well, yeah, clearly it doesn't glow in the dark. I forgot to turn the light back on. There you go, ta-da! Well, yeah, clearly it doesn't glow in the dark, but overall, are you satisfied with what you see? And with how it develops from here and now, what stylistic choice would you like? Would you like something completely brand new and different with the tier 2? Obviously, still like referencing with barbed wire and some skulls and whatnot here and there. Or would you like to see imagery from the deployables still being showcased? Feel free to comment below. Now, it's time to showcase to you the weapons and the tools. First up, metal core hatchet. Get a good look at that. Nice, interesting bit of transparency right there to have a very cool, stylish looking hatchet. If I could just go around here to my back. Oh, there you go. There's the pickaxe as well. A perfectly fine looking pair of tools. Just hold up my hands. Give that a good look. Oh, so nice and shiny. And of course, let's give it a good look at night time as well. Can't confirm there's no glow in the dark. Chop's good. Chop's nice. Looks alright. No night light, so not sure if that really matters. I'll switch over to the pickaxe. I can confirm there does appear to be a bit of transparency. So, alright, cool. Let's go ahead and look at this in third person. Yep, nice and close. From the top, yep, you can see through it. But interestingly, from below, you can't. I don't think you're ever going to see below. So, alright. Yep, a very cool looking pickaxe right there. Stylish looking designs. Awesome. So, maybe we could look forward to an interesting collection developing from here. Well, I can confirm to you, there is already an AK-47 on the workshop right now. And it does look quite cool. Might have to make a short video. Keep an eye out. Can confirm this also does not glow in the dark. So, let's now go over to here. That's looking nice and shiny. This also, yeah, that's also looking nice and shiny. Let's now try and hold it in a certain way in which now we can look at this on stage and question what comes next. Would you like to see some salvage tools? What about some stone tools? Well, hang on a minute. Metal core stone tools. We'll see. It would be a bit odd though, wouldn't it? But other than that, maybe like a armor set. Maybe some interesting deployables. Maybe a pretty cool looking weapon collection. Keep it on the workshop. I know Shino the skin creator is working on some pretty interesting looking things. And of course, no glow. No worries, no issues. And for our next skin, made by the skin creators behind the No Mercy collection, the Black Gold collection, and so much more, say hello to the Crystal Core Python. Produced by Bad Trip and Hulk. So, I know quite a lot of people might have been assuming it might be a pay-to-win skin. Oh no, but no, it's just a standard Python. But with its design, and of course with the success of the skin creators, I am kind of expecting that this could potentially turn into a brand new weapon collection. So we'll see what becomes of that. What would you like to see being made next? Go for a comment below. I can confirm as well. It doesn't exactly have super helpful nightlight. And obviously, clearly, it doesn't glow in the dark. So, alright, cool. Well, how shiny is it? Stop on stage. Get a good look at that. And yes, that's a very nice shiny looking Python. A very nice and shiny looking Python indeed. But who knows what gets produced next? Would you like an AK? Would you like a revolver? A SAP? A Yoka? An LR300? Go for a comment below. We'll see what becomes of this. With this interesting crystal quartz design, I do see potential. So I would recommend keeping an eye on the workshop. And save for last, we've got the $3 Popstar SKS right here on display. And I know quite a lot of you saw the tag saying that this is a transparent SKS, but it's probably not what you're anticipating. Like, if you have noticed certain details with this, if you saw really up close with the design and whatnot, you notice certain little features have just been made transparent to make it a little bit more refined. It's not a pay-to-win transparent aim sight. Well, it could still be, but yeah, look at that. What's different? Do you notice? Well, if I could quickly switch over to this standard non-skinned SKS. Do you notice it now? Look at the two prongs to the side. Oh, they're made transparent. But again, if you were to look at this and just see, like, yeah, we've got that under portion right there made transparent on the Popstar SKS. You got the little hook anchor thing right here as well. Thank you for informing me, chatters. Thank you very much, Mr. Micro. So, alright, cool. It was more like stylistic transparency in comparison to pay to win transparency. So, yeah, alright, cool. At least you are aware now, alright? But at the end of the day, like, if this were the predictions video, considering the success of the Popstar collection, I can't help but assume that's still going to be liked and beloved and still be appreciated as time goes on. Why does she stare into my soul as I shoot people? I don't know, it's quite eerie. But yeah, I'm sure you've noticed with all the skins that have been accepted, the design of Popstar has evolved, improved, changed. So, cool. Nighttime look. Yeah, I can vaguely see it there. But with the actual, like, aiming down part, I can see the anime girl. She stares into my soul. But other than that, it's not the best. But yeah, it's reasonable. Yep, I know Monument. You can see it as well. Well, does it happen to shine that much? Let's go ahead and find that out. So as I'm moving around here, giving that a good look, it's as if it's laminated. Yeah, so it's like it shines all at once, basically. So what do you reckon then? What happens next with the Popstar collection? Because this past summertime it's been pretty ridiculous. Like, I think we're up to almost 20 skins in total now. But I can inform you, right? From here and now, the skin creator intends to try and avoid, like, competing with himself. So what you're going to see is a piece of clothing armor being made. Then a weapon or tool. Yes, I know. And this past weekend you might have noticed, oh yeah, there's a large box. So, clothing armor, weapon or tool, then deployable. Over and over and over again. So keep an eye on the workshop, because guess what's next? We might be seeing a very interesting bit of clothing and armor being posted. And I might have seen it already. I think you're going to look forward to seeing what you're about to see. Keep an eye on the workshop. Plenty more collection continuations on the horizon. Right, time to wrap up the video. First of all, let me just address, unfortunately, there's been a strange change that has happened to the Rust Storm browser. So basically when you're signed in on Chrome or Firefox, if you want to buy skins from this Rust store here, you have to own Rust. Now, some of you might sit there and say, oh, is that it? If you're a Rust skin investor, you probably have multiple accounts and not every single one of them happens to have Rust. I mean, I still have Rust and free accounts, but I have more Steam accounts. And I tend to juggle between them for what can buy skins from the store, what has all the money and whatnot. So I'm in a bit of an awkward spot, but chances are it shouldn't affect you. So just to clarify, this is a face punch thing. The same rules apply with Sandbox. If you want to buy Sandbox skins, you have to own Sandbox. If you want to buy Rust skins, you have to own Rust. It's not as if they could just open up Rust and then go on in-game. They don't own the game, so... Oh, yeah, so... Yeah, not sure why they've done it, but I've actually asked one of the people and I got a response. It's intended. So if you noticed a weird problem today, now you know. Now you know. And if I could quickly hop over to here, I'd just like to point out, oh, I was lucky to have gone over and bought these on this specific account. Yes, I was. Oh, so, yeah, that's the one with all the money. I would have liked to have spent even more money, but I guess I'll just have to figure something out, okay? So, all right, fair enough then. It is what it is. I just wanted to make sure that you were aware. If I hop back over to here, get a good look at that store, let's just refresh. I can confirm it's been an extra couple hours because Hedge is absolutely great recording these videos. But yeah, it's quite slow moving. Don't expect ridiculous sales this week based on what we see as of now. One thing I should point out though, all the skins you see here, they all appeared at the same weekend. They didn't appear this past weekend, but they appeared the week before. And this is a trend we've noticed with all the recent Rust stores. So if I could go over to here, yes. As I scroll up, look at all the ticks. The green ticks, not the ones that bite you. You'll notice that these all appeared in the August 11 batch of Rust Workshop skin checks. last week's Rust Workshop Skin Checks video, for example. So if you want to get a good idea of what potentially might be accepted in the next Rust store, consider watching August 18, 2026. It's right over to here. All the collection continuations that I mentioned in this are chaptered right here. So earlier I mentioned we have the endgame sheet metal double door. Yep, get a good look at that. But in regards to deplorables, we also happen to have late shift vending machine, the first ever Thunder Gold electric furnace, or deplorable, which is an electric furnace. Whiteout Thompson, Hellforged gloves and boots. Yep, some very interesting designs. You can literally look at the chapters and skip ahead if you want to. So, alright, cool. Consider getting that a good watch, because the most likely outcome is all the skins next week will be based on what we saw being submitted last week. So, alright, cool. Hopping out of here. I now want to keep you informed of interesting details to look forward to in the future, aka in about 2 weeks' time when we have September Force Wipe. With the September update, if you've been keeping on the commits, a lot of interesting things are looming, probably just around the corner. We have the Glass AK-47, seemingly almost finished. They've been working on this non-stop over the past few weeks. A Glass AK-47. If you drop it on the floor, does it shatter? Is it going to be like fully transparent? Is it going to be shiny? We don't know. But I think they've even mentioned that the bullets are also like glass as well. I don't know. I hope it's not like a pay-to-win AK-47. It might. We'll see. We'll see. So something's cooking. I won't be surprised if we find out what that looks like soon enough, because Protox will probably get a good look at it. All right. So probably our September DLC. We'll find out soon enough. We also happen to have Halloween DLC on the horizon. Yes, Halloween 2026. I know we've seen mentions of a brand new costume. We don't know what it is yet, though. A skull torch. And now we can see mentions of a Halloween garland and some string lights. Looks like they're going to be extra decorative this year for Halloween 2026. All right, looking forward to it. Scrap King still being talked about. I'm still behind the belief that that's most likely a sheet metal skin, because Scrap King, high quality metal, doesn't really make sense. But sheet metal? Yeah, sheet metal. So, all right, cool. Keep an eye out for that. Fruit trees. If you aren't like aware, there's a big farming update being worked on, what with like cows and sheep. But now we've got fruit trees as well. Apple trees, to be precise. I'm not sure if we'll see any more sort of fruit trees, but clearly something's being worked on there. So that's looking cool. That's looking nice. Keep an eye out. Dogs. All right then. How's that going to work? Maybe with the sheep. If we're going to have cows and sheep, maybe they wander around and you got to go fetch them. So you got to get the dog out. Get him. Like, are we going to get like a smart sheepdog? Or are we going to get like guard dogs, like a Rottweiler? Or a little yapping thing like a Chihuahua? What dogs do you want to see in Rustfield for comp below? But let me just point this out. It looks like they're only just getting around to like starting it off. Although dogs have been mentioned as far back as like 2022. Even I remember that, like from them talking about the idea of it. It's always been something they've considered, but now it looks like they've truly got an idea for them. So maybe the dogs will have a specific role. You can't just have them like being stupid in your base. That's what your teammates are for. Yeah. But yeah, are they going to listen to you, or are they going to be unruly? And you have to earn their trust. I mean, you still love them, but yeah, it's all good. So yeah, all right, something's cooking there. Dogs 2026, or probably it might have some issues and whatnot, and they'll probably get rolled over to next year. We'll see. So all right, interesting things being mentioned on the commits. I would recommend you keep an eye out on Mr. Protox's Twitter right here, because soon enough you'll see some interesting things being showcased. Once he notices it on staging, he'll be able to show it off to all of you. Okay, so 2 more weeks to go. I think we've got some interesting things about to become visible. Probably as early as tomorrow. By the time you're watching this video, go take a look right now. You'll be pleasantly surprised. Right then, so interesting things to look forward to. Always keep an eye on the commits. But there's one more thing to showcase to you, and you probably noticed it. If I had to hop back over to here, spoiled it, but yeah, did you notice? Yeah, you noticed. The brand new Skinnable for September 2026 is wood armor. We've got Jungle King here, and we've got Fish wood armor right here as well. Now, as of now, tentatively speaking, they're probably going to separate it, because wood armor consists of the helmet, the torso, the legs, and gloves. It's too much. So is it going to be pairs of 2, or is it potentially going to be 3 and 1, what with the helmet, the torso, and the legs being a 3, and the gloves being separate? We don't know just yet, okay? But we'll find out soon enough. And again, I'm not joking. Keep an eye on the workshop this weekend. I'm expecting a lot more wood armor skins being posted. I should also point out, the focused item of the month is the Waterpipe shotgun. So I reckon, you know what I need to do? I should go ahead, get the link for the workshop pages, for the most recent skins for water pump shotguns, I'm trying to say, and of course the wood armor. I'll put it in the description. Keep an eye out for what's getting posted and start questioning what might we see potentially being accepted for September 4th Swipe 2026. I'm rolling with the idea that we'll probably have like a proper full set for the first September Restore, but then after that they'll separate them. So I reckon you'll see at least one collection with all 4 pieces for September 4th Swipe. That's just me guessing. That's just me hypothesizing. So we'll see what happens there. Right, so alright, cool. I'll have those links placed in the description. Keep an eye out this weekend. So much more to look forward to. And you know what? You could just look at micro522.com. Micro522.com is linked in the description of this video. All you're going to do is just click date submitted once, and you will see all the newer skins that were posted. You might notice a Hellcore small backpack's been posted. Ooh. But again, you're going to see a lot of wood armor being made this weekend and next weekend in anticipation for September 4th Swipe. What collection would you like to see making wood armor? Don't say No Mercy. We've got enough of that. But yeah, there's other collections there and whatnot. What would make sense as wood armor? That's the question to ask. Okay, so that's pretty much everything. Thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you got a good look at all the skins. I hope you're aware of all the special little details and the interesting things just waiting on the workshop. Catch you later. Say goodbye.